Right, everybody, consider yourself greeted. You know who I am, and you are familiar with the show and its format. Now, there are many questions for me this week, so you will forgive me if I cannot linger on all of them. We must begin immediately without interruption.
Is that my cue to interrupt you?
Yes!
Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You've ruined it now. Comedy is all about timing. Anyway, what do you want, Skele-Tiny? Why are you shaking so much?
It's not me, it's Monkey Boy.
Oh, again. Right. What do you want?
I have some more questions for viewers.
Well, we don't have time for your lukewarm faffing about.
Just one, Skeletor.
No, there's no time, I'm telling you.
What about 5? I'll just do 5.
Well, that's even more than 1. What's the matter with you? Go away. Oh, God. Here we go. Stop crying. Do 5 and hurry up.
Yay. Okay. Weapon 0. We should have asked you this before, but are you for biotech-enhanced humans and a dog? Thank you. The fly attractor. We have assigned you this graphic. Is that okay? Mike Ciccone. Are you an interesting pasta dish or an entire Italian restaurant? We are struggling with your graphic, and so far, the best we can do is Mike Cannelloni, which may be unintentionally offensive. How do you feel about it? Andrew.
I get stuck on that sometimes. It's best just to move on.
Okay. Delvian Seek. Are you a humanoid plant creature? We think your name sounds like a particularly dangerous torpedo, so we've gone with this graphic. Is that okay?
Right, that's enough, you pest.
Okay.
Right, Whiplash, a title and alarming transition. So, we begin with a question from Soda Cauldron, who is wondering what brine recipe I use to keep my pork chops juicy. I don't know. I have people for that. I do like a lovely wet chop. Here's one that looks like the Millennium Falcon. Thanks, Soda. Next, a question from Mike Cannelloni, who asks what gambling is like on Eternia. Well, there are a few key differences to your Earth ways. Firstly, it is not permitted to place a wager on any running animals. Competitive animal running is discouraged. However, dragon racing is allowed because the dragons have told us that they like it. Another key difference is that if you are gambling in a casino and you lose your shirt, you can cry about it. If your tears can be absorbed by more than 50% of a cocktail napkin, the casino must let you off and give your shirt back to you. Finally, seasonal squirrel squabbles are allowed, but any and all competing squirrels must be transported to and from the event in separate bags. Delvian Seek and Destroy asks if taking Panther to the vets is an ordeal. Panther. Well, it's fine for us, but it's a dangerous day for the vet. He travels to us because Panther has savaged their furniture and the receptionist on more than one occasion. Panther will allow myself, Evil Lynn, and Beastman to restrain him, but the vet always brings a chloroform cannon to sedate the cat before any examination can be carried out. And no, we do not have Panther's claws clipped. I'm afraid I have no useful tips to share. Thanks. General Jones asks me to name 3 movies that should be remade, and who would star in them. A good question. Supergirl should be remade, properly this time, not shit. And Saoirse Ronan should play the character. Jaws, a bit pacier, better practical effects, and more bikinis. Tom Hardy should play Brody. T.J. Miller as Hooper, and the role of Quint should be given to Helen Mirren. And Ghostbusters should be remade as a dark, frightening film. Don't care who's in it, as long as Stay Puft isn't, and the proton packs should be the same. Thanks, General. Ask me that again sometime. I have more. H.P. Bifter asks, mince pie, mince and potatoes, or minced onion? Ooh, I like all of those. I think mince and potatoes, and I will add the minced onion when you're not looking. Thanks, Bifter. Staying with the food theme, Alex James asks if Tila and I played Stanley and Stella in an Eternian adaptation of A Streetcar Named Desire. No, we played Cosmo and Dibs in a feature-length adaptation of popular 80s British children's show You and Me. It's okay, Alex. It's a common misunderstanding. I was the yellow monkey bear thing.
Dibs, Skeletor.
Dibs. Paul Wilson asks, how many minions does it take to change a light bulb? Well, it depends. Evil Lynn can do this with no problem. Triclaw and Claptrops can do it as a team. Beastman is too heavy-handed and will smash the old light bulb when removing it and smash the new one during installation. Whiplash is not only afraid of light bulbs, he is also confused by switches. Scareglow is a walking light bulb, and Merman is too slimy to be allowed near electricity. Here is a picture of a fried egg horse. I hope that helps. Daniel Question has a heron for you, Skele-Tiny.
What's the question?
Is your Havoc staff big enough to satisfy Eva Green?
No, it isn't.
He's talking about your penis.
I'm aware of that, and I've given you my answer. Twat.
Thanks, Daniel. Mimi Rogers makes a welcome return with a new style of question, derivatives of which will presumably be submitted for, 6 months. Anyway, Mimi asks, did you like the Mufasa movie? I have not seen this or any other Lion King movie. Please accept this photo of 1.5 coconuts. And, before you ask, my feelings towards coconuts are largely indifferent. Thanks. Alarmingly high-functioning primate Ben, astutely, writes, I am conscious to conceal and desperate to dissuade my fellow contributors from immolating me on the site of my selfishly sourced salvo of forcefully farmed, fully wormly woven wardrobe of stylishly silken suit, socks and pant products, particular to my passing, over putting polyester next to my person, looking for a way of faking it and making it out alive. Well, I knew you were going to ask about that, and I hope my answer from last week is helpful. It is very telling that your question in next week's episode will touch upon the dangers of trichloroethane used in correction fluid, and the switch to using aliphatic hydrocarbons, making it safer to correct any mistakes found in a bunch of grapes or an overactive tear duct in the eye of an ostrich. Thanks, Ben. Tree Theodore and Nick APD have attempted to carry out the following pincer movement. Tree writes, there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head. And Nick writes, I know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you, but baby, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? And, well, it's nice that you are both so hopelessly devoted to me, but this type of weak mewling is pitiful and embarrassing, like any song from Greece. The fact that I had to Google your phrases to determine their origin clearly demonstrates my superiority and nullifies your attempts to cause me distress. Tree, I expect better from you, and Nick, you are already occupying the 3rd and 4th positions on my ninny list. Stop this, both of you. Weapon Zero asks, do Merman and Clawful work at Vicious Fishes? No, they work for me at Snake Mountain. Vicious Fishes is a family-run operation, owned and operated by Jill and Bob, and their 2 daughters, who are, confusingly, both called Jemima.
Vagina, Skeletor.
Oh, well done, Whiplash. That's only taken you 2 years. Do you know what one of those is?
Yes, Skeletor. Do you want to see a photo?
Ah, no! The Fly Attractor asks which of the Terry Gilliam trilogy, Time Bandits, Brazil, and Munchausen, I would recommend scaring children with. I'm sorry, Fly. With the exception of 10 minutes of Time Bandits, I've not seen any of these movies, so cannot offer an opinion. If you know of young people who require frightening, why not show them this armchair made of beaks? Thanks, Fly. Master of Bovine Management, Thompson Hereford Farm, asks if I've considered co-hosting with Skele-Tiny, suggesting it could enhance the show. No! How dare you? This show is almost perfect, and the implication that it is lacking anything is offensive and hurtful. I will cry about this later, you know. Actually, I'm going to cry about it now. Whiplash, cover for me.
Hello. Skeletor is crying, so I'd like to take the opportunity to show you some more pictures that have been sent by our friend Cat ASMR. Here is a drawing of Peppa Pig. Yay! And here is a picture of Skeletor and Kermit sharing a moment of Schadenfreude. Very good. Thanks, Cat. If anyone else has any pictures or photos to feature on the show, please send them to Monkey Boys Toys on Twitter. Before I go, could I ask you all to give the video a thumbs up? Skeletor always thrashes Beastman every Sunday night, but he deducts 1 thrash for every thumbs up we receive. The starting number of thrashes is 99, so Beastman would appreciate your help in reducing the total. Thanks. Oh, Skeletor's coming back. Hello, Skeletor.
Shut up and get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
It smells like begging in here. Andrew, oh, fuck. Yeah. Asks, if you formed a band, what sort of music would it be and who would play what? I think it would be a fusion of swing, lounge, death metal, doom, thrash, hardcore emo, and nursery rhymes. I would have Beastman and Evil Lynn on vocals, and I would play all the instruments.
Skeletor.
What? Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash. Oh, no, I see what I've done. I shall amend my answer. Depart rapidly.
Yes, Skeletor. Yes, Skeletor. Skeletor.
Andrew, I would hire the musicians from Between the Buried and Me and Animals as leaders, and Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum.
Skeletor.
What? No! Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash.
That would be far too many instruments.
I know it would be far too many instruments. Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash. I like that it would be too many instruments. Depart rapidly, a second time.
Yes, Skeletor.
Thanks, Andrew. Jason Raphael Murdoch asks, who are your favourite black metal bands? Well, it's not my favourite subgenre, but I don't dislike Behemoth, Cradle of Filth, Dark Throne, Dimmu Borgir, Emperor, Satyricon.
Skeletor.
What? Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash.
You're just listening to black metal bands.
I know, I'm just listing black metal bands, Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash and Spirit of Whiplash. I like just listing black metal bands. Besides, they pretty much all sound the same. Trilogize your rapid departure. The audience will not tolerate this relentless repetition.
Yes, Skeletor. Yes, Skeletor.
Holy fuck! Next. Okay, Gerard O'Connor solidifies his ninny status by allowing this nonsense to fall out of himself. He asks if I'm oblivious to my minions stealing my thunder, and if it pains me that Panther is more fond of Monkey Boy's cat Ewok than he is of me. Right. Listen, bozo. I have recently counted all my thunders. They are all accounted for and remain in my possession, you willy. As for Panther, his favouring of Ewok is his business, and whether or not I am thought fondly of is of no particular interest to me, you... Did I already call Gerard a willy? You knob. Retro Toy Guy Sai asks, if I would rather have disappointing sex with Jennifer Lawrence, leaving us both crying, or the best sex with Liz Truss, but to the soundtrack of Highlander by Queen and being blamed for crashing the UK economy. Well, the joke's on you, sir. I always cry after sex anyway. Liz Truss was a terrible shag, in my opinion, and I would gladly claim responsibility for crashing any economy. Stop being silly. Finally this week, an easy question from Stephen Gray, who asks, could you provide the exact trigonometric ratio in order to help mathematicians work out the precise angle of Giles Brandreth's Christmas jumper? Please show your working out on a separate piece of paper. Of course. Hold on. Okay. 16 divided by yellow plus 75,000 glitters multiplied by cheese on toast. Whiplash, pass me the scientific calculator.
Yes, Skeletor, here it is.
I don't know how to use that. Get me some Advil.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, now. Okay, Stephen, it has become apparent that I do not understand trigonometry, or indeed numbers in the traditional sense. I can tell you that Horatio was a British naval officer in the early 1800s. Whiplash, bring over my working out. It's just over there.
Is this it, Skeletor?
Let me see. Yes, I can't see where I went wrong. Take it away.
Yes, Skeletor.
Oh, Whiplash.
Yes, Skeletor?
Don't show anybody.
Okay, Skeletor.
Thank you, Stephen. I hope that helps. Right, it's time for me to grab a toothpick and dig out the remnants of your nonsense. If you enjoyed the show, prove it. And until next time, get out of my sight before I beat you.